Joe Bean Stadium here on the campus of Wheaton College, the site of this year's sectional round for the NCAA Women's Soccer Tournament. This is the second game played today here on the campus of Wheaton College, and this one will be between the Polar Bears of Ohio Northern and the Tartans of Carnegie Mellon. I'm Don Crowder. Joining me for commentary here is Abram Erickson, bringing you live coverage of this game on the Wheaton Thunder Sports Network, a game played between two very historically good teams, two teams that have won a lot of games this year. Ohio Northern, coming into this game, have not lost since September 20th, and they defeated Scranton 4-2 in PKs to get to this point. Now for Carnegie Mellon, they defeated Swarthmore 1-0 to get here. So Abram, these two teams, they've got a lot of history in terms of quality of play, and they've got a lot of players that have made their conference teams. We should see an exciting matchup today.
Yeah, Don, I think you're exactly right, and you kind of said it well. This should just be an exciting game because a lot of high-profile players on both sides, team that can certainly score, but teams that can defend as well. As we look, the Polar Bears coming into today at 18-2-3. They were 9-0 in their conference, good for first in the Ohio Athletic Conference. The Tartans coming in at 13-5-1. They were 4-3 in their conference, good for fourth. But since that time, both of them winning out to get here to this game. As you said before, the Polar Bears first defeated Grove City 2-0 in round one of the tournament, and then Scranton 4-2 in penalty kicks after the 0-0 draw throughout the first 90 minutes of that game. For the Tartans, they had a huge game against Cairn in the first round. That was a 7-0 win where three different players had 2 goals apiece for them to take that 7-0 victory. And then it was Swarthmore in the most recent round 2 game that they defeated 1-0. It came from a goal in the 28th minute that they then held Swarthmore for the shutout. So as you said, two historically good teams. The Tartans, this is their 7th NCAA tournament run in the last 8 years. So they certainly have the pedigree here as they reach this game. Excuse me. And as we look at the ONU side, this is their second time past the second round in the NCAA tournament, but as most recent as 2017, they were in the Elite Eight. As we look down the rosters, certainly players on both sides that are going to have big impacts today. On the Ohio Northern side, I think that's probably going to be Megan Grierson, really for them, who's going to stand out and going to have to play very well for them if this is going to be a win. She's their goalkeeper. She won Goalkeeper of the Year in her conference for a record 4 consecutive years. 44 career shutouts for her. Such a centerpiece of that Polar Bear defense. On offense, we look at the OAC Forward of the Year, and that's Fuller. She's got 20 goals on the year, good for 43 points when you add up with the assists. Over for Carnegie Mellon, Alex Adams, 11 goals, 6 assists for 32 points. That's first team all UAA. So tons of firepower on both sides, making for an exciting game. We're just excited to be here in this sectional round at Joe Bean Stadium. Teams look to be lining up to head out for player introductions in just a couple minutes.
And of course, the winner of this game will go on to face St. Thomas in the Elite Eight. St. Thomas defeating Wheaton College in the 1 o'clock game earlier today, winning 4-2 in penalty kicks. So both teams have that to look forward to, a good matchup against an excellent team. And as we get ready to do some player introductions and the national anthem, we will send it down to the field.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the 2019 NCAA Division III Women's Soccer Championship at Joe Bean Stadium in Wheaton, Illinois. Tonight's second match of the Division III sectional features the Tartans of Carnegie Mellon University versus the Ohio Northern University Polar Bears. Please welcome the officials for today's contest. The referee is Rachel Smith. Assistant referees are Nikola Stankovic and Kurt Steffen. The fourth official is James Friel. And now let's meet the teams. First up, the Carnegie Mellon University Titans. First for the non-starters. Number 1, Carolyn Butts. Number 2, Camila Bodden. Number 4, Julianne Tippett. Number 5, Alex Polterak. Number 6, Allie Hunter. Number 7, Stephanie Ramsey. Number 13, Ashley Hong. Number 14, Daisy Gallus. Number 15, Marissa McAfee. Number 17, Abby Kuznick. Number 18, Hannah Anderson. Number 19, Maddie Check. And number 32, Skylar Pollock. And now the starting lineup. Number 8, Nikki Hassan. Number 9, Jocelyn Mayer. Number 10, Helena Spencer. Number 11, Emery Knoll. Number 12, Maddie Louie. Number 16, Taylor Camerata. Number 20, Alex Adams. Number 23, Camille Williams. Number 29, Tara Derstowitz. Number 44, Rachel Legg. And in goal, number 33, Andrea Sipos. The assistant coaches are Chris Moraga and Scott Backus. The head coach of Carnegie Mellon is Jan Struble. And now let's meet the Polar Bears of Ohio Northern University. First to non-starters, number 1, Christy Katrine. Number 7, Carolyn Geller. Number 8, Maggie Omer. Number 10, Emma Barney. Number 12, Courtney Favazzo. Number 13, Ann McCarn. Number 14, Haley McGuire. Number 16, Lauren Nasso. Number 18, Ann Major. Number 20, Hannah Martin. Number 23, Sienna Kuhn. And number 36, Sammy Lyon. And now the starting lineup. Number 2, Haley Moses. Number 3, Sienna Ward. Number 11, Jersey Zito. Number 17, Carissa Beckham. Number 19, Jane Rearing. Number 22, Rose Nienaber. Number 24, Megan Breyer. Number 27, Cindy Leshnek. Number 28, Abigail Matthews. Number 33, Jenna Fuller. And in goal, number 0, Megan Grierson. The assistant coach is Caleb Paulino, and the head coach of Ohio Northern is Mark Bettman. Wheaton College and the NCAA promote good sportsmanship by student athletes, coaches, and fans. We request your cooperation in supporting the student athletes and officials in a positive manner. Profanity, derogatory comments, or other intimidating actions directed at athletes, officials, team representatives, or other fans will not be tolerated and are grounds for removal. We appreciate your cooperation in creating a safe and positive game environment.
Welcome back to the Wheaton Thunder Sports Network. If you're just joining us here, we are streaming live coverage of the sectional round of the D3 Women's NCAA Soccer Championship here at Joe Bean Stadium on the campus of Wheaton College between Ohio Northern and Carnegie Mellon. I'm Don Crowder, joined with Abram Erickson. And Abram, you gave us a couple names of some big players to watch out for in this game. One in particular, Grierson, for the Polar Bears, 4-time goalkeeper of the year, and they've got a couple of other goal-scoring opportunities, goal-scoring threats on this team. But of course, Carnegie Mellon here for a reason as well. So we will get ready for this matchup as the teams line up for this game. Ohio Northern in the gray uniforms, and Carnegie Mellon in a second will come onto the screen wearing their red uniforms. It looks like the Polar Bears will get the nod to start this half and start this sectional game here at Joe Bean Stadium. And you can see some of the players wearing gloves and long sleeves. It is a bit chilly here as the sun has gone down and the wind, although it hasn't really picked up too much, is still a factor here in the Midwest. And the lights are about to come on. We should get a nice night game as we get ready to start this sectional round.
Don, interesting to say that we got a night game on our hands. It's about 4:18 right now, starting time of this game, but after it was pushed back due to the penalty kicks in game number 1, certainly is going to be a little darker as we play this one. Lights are on, and that will be a factor.
Polar Bears attack early. Ball is cleared out and now sent out wide. Dersvitz. Here is Spencer on the ball. Spencer's going to move down the line, chased down and dispossessed. And defended well there by Beckham. Referee's going to call that a foul as Beckham coming in pretty hot. Takes her out.
Yeah, and look at this. Just about 30 seconds into this one. Already a foul. Going to be a free kick opportunity from just a couple yards outside the box, it looks like. Carnegie Mellon in good position early.
Derstowitz called off the ball. And it looks like they'll switch it up here. Camerata will take this with the left foot. Swinging in high, going for goal, and an easy save there for Grierson, but a nice attempt early on from the Tartans.
Yeah, and that could be the first of many touches of the day for Megan Grierson. We've talked about how steady-handed she has been throughout this year, and she didn't even flinch at that one, and albeit it was hit right at her, but strong hands to begin this game today.
Meyer will lose it, and Leshnak will clear it out to the wing, looking for options here. Ohio Northern cutting into the middle, and a good pressure there from the Tartans forces that ball out of bounds. Tartan throwing early into the middle. This is Knoll on the ball. She's going to go back, and now this ball is just going to be swung around the defense. Moving out wide. This is Williams. Williams on the ball, picking her head up. And looking ahead, a nice trap down for Derstowitz, who still has the ball carrying. Ball into the middle. This is a good chance for the Tartans. Dispossessed, however. Ball can't be cleared away. And finally, it's sent out of bounds. Couple of shaky moments here for the Polar Bears.
Yeah, and Jane Rearing was really the last line of defense there for Ohio Northern. After ball had come through, she did a good job of getting that ball out of the box.
Here's Emery Knoll looking for the 1-2. And now still with it. And that cross is going to be sent off of the body of Beckham, and a corner kick for the Tartans.
Yep. So about 3 minutes into this one, this has been all Tartans so far. Ohio Northern not been able to clear it out of their half and get it over into the scoring side. Carnegie Mellon set up here with another good opportunity off the corner kick.
Ball sent in, this time from Derstowitz. It's high, headed out, and eventually won. Ball still looking to be cleared, and it is. Lots of space if she can get to it. She doesn't. Good defensive play there. And back out to Derstowitz. Fake shot. Moving inside. She's going to go vertical and sending it long. Still on the ball is Adams. Goes back to Derstowitz. Derstowitz goes low, and it's blocked out of bounds for another corner.
Yeah, and this is what you want to do if you're the Tartans. Just continue to put pressure on Ohio Northern. As long as the Polar Bears are going to let you hold it in the final third, you're going to take it. And 4 minutes in, they've had the vast majority of possession.
It's once again Derstowitz on the ball here for the corner. This one goes more to the middle. One initially, but cleared out by Ward for the Polar Bears. It'll be a throw-in and a little bit better of a position here. If you're the Polar Bears, who have been under pressure early, can't seem to put anything to ground, as it's been all Tartans so far.
A little more room to breathe, but not much, as this one's going to get thrown in pretty deep into that third.
Here's Adams now, goes back. Williams will swing it around. And now the Tartans able to possess. The ball goes out to the left back here for Carnegie Mellon, who's going to send it up, looking for the feet of Helena Spencer. It's not going to get there. Polar Bears throw in. one initially, but Ward coming back, gives it off to Lechner, who clears it up. And the referee's going to call that one back. There was a handball, seeing no advantage. She's going to pull it back. So Ohio Northern a chance to catch their breath here, as Leshnak will get on this ball. And the players for the Polar Bears move forward. Leshnak goes long. Ball won by the Tartans. Second ball effort also won. And a good save there from Louis. And the ball's going to be sent forward. It's Adams chasing it down. Zito is there, and a nice move there from the center back. She's going to kick it out to Beckham. And now Beckham has space. Beckham goes out wide. And here's Nienaber. Goes vertical, but it's cut out by Legg, who came in there. Throw in here for Ohio Northern on the left-hand side. Here's Nienaber. Goes up. Dersovitz. Ball in the air a little bit, picked up by Ward. Tries to send it into the middle, but it's cut off. And now here is Spencer. Spencer bursting forward. And a good tackle put in there by the right back for Ohio Northern. Now Ward on the ball again. Ward looking for options. Ball goes back to Zito. Zito's looking to go long. Ball cut out by Knoll. Only as far as Nienaber, who now has the ball in a good space. Nienaber pushing forward, goes left. And yeah, just a little bit too hard there as Fuller was offside. And that ball will be allowed to roll out of bounds for the first goal kick here for Carnegie Mellon.
Yeah, and Ohio Northern during that sequence, they're just trying to get a little bit of a rhythm going, as so much of those first couple minutes of the game were just spent with their backs to the wall. You can see they're trying to connect passes. They're trying to link up to get themselves to that final third. It finally ends there as they're not able to on the offside. Now we have a foul in the middle of the field, and it'll give the ball right back to Carnegie Mellon, who's in attack mode here.
Weighing her options here. Wanted to go long. She's going to pause and go long now. Setting it up the field, looking for Spencer. Spencer gets to it. Nice touch there from the midfielder. Sends it out wide. And now here's Louis. And a good defensive play there from Breer. Spencer now. Spencer, good turn. Spencer nearly on it again. Here's Louis. Plays it back out. Camarada. And the defensive line here for Carnegie Mellon, content to just swing it around. Williams has it now. Williams goes up to Dersovitz, who's been active early here for the Tartans. Camarada out wide. Just a little bit too heavy there for Adams.
Yeah, and at that point, maybe just getting a little too eager with that pass as she pushed it out in front. A little too far. It gives the ball back to the Polar Bears, but they've got to work to get it out of their half.
Ball is thrown away here by Beckham. Dersovitz has it. Positive play here. Camarada's got it in a pocket of space in the middle. Camarada still on the ball. Dances around. Gets it off to Spencer. Camarada gets a shot off. It's blocked by Beckham. And finally cleared out to Ward. Ward lifts it up. And it looks like Moses can get there first. She does, but then loses the ball. And once again, Carnegie Mellon on the ball. And good pressure, though, but it's kicked out wide to Louis, who strides forward. She's got speed. Goes up to Spencer. Spencer has space in front. Picks her head up. Cut back by Spencer. That's a cross in. And it was a nice effort looking for the head of Derstovitz, who was coming in.
Yeah, and on now 2 consecutive plays here, we saw a couple really nice passes in the middle from Carnegie Mellon that almost set up a shot, but after the ball gets cleared out, they don't give up. They take it to the opposite side of the field and try to cross it back over to this near side, just barely missing on the header. Ball's back to Ohio Northern.
Zito's going to clear it forward, looking for Fuller. Fuller is battling now against the right back for Carnegie Mellon, but it's won back by the Tartans. Louis chasing it down now, gets it off to Spencer. It's cut away, though, by the Polar Bears, and once again launched forward, intended for Fuller. Fuller gets there first this time. And a good battle, however, by Legg to win that ball back, and now Legg has it. Hassan goes long. She has Adams. And Adams now will take a break, send it out wide. Williams has to stretch out to get that one. Goes up to Durstovitz. Durstovitz moving forward on Beckham. Still Durstovitz. And a good track over by Zito to clear that ball out of bounds.
Yeah, and a nice job to send it off the sideline rather than let that one get to the end line. Looked like it was going to be a for sure corner kick if Durstovitz would have got a foot on that one. Good step.
Lots of time for Williams. She goes back out to Durstovitz. Durstovitz cross in. Headed away. Good chance for Camerata. But the second chance ever goes far above the netting here at Joe Bean for a goal kick.
And once again, the cross just not quite getting to the other side fully. That time it was cut away by an Ohio Northern defender who made a nice play there to head it out of danger, which caused the follow-up from Camerata to just go wild over the top of the net.
Ball sent in, one first by Adams, one second by Adams. And now Spencer striding through. Cleared away to Fuller. Fuller dispossessed well. Now out wide, Nienaber gives it over to Beckham. Beckham needs options and instead dribbles it out. Durstovitz will pick it up and go into the middle quickly. And now controlling here for Carnegie Mellon, it's Knoll. Durstovitz, early cross in, headed away. And Ohio Northern trying to get on the ball here. Fuller is going to come over and clip the player. No foul called. Decent physical play, but it's cut away by Louis, who comes to the rescue here, not allowing that counterattack. And now Durstovitz once again on the outside. Up to Spencer. Spencer's going to be clipped down by Beckham, and that's going to be a foul.
Yeah, and I don't know if that one looks a whole lot different than the non-call that we just saw a couple moments ago, as a lot of people protested there after she went down in the center, and there was no foul, but this one's going to set up Carnegie Mellon in a nice spot with 32 minutes to go in this half.
No serious chances so far. Maybe they can get one started here. Ball sent in, one by Legg, and finally cleared out, and Louis will now restart it here for the Tartans. Williams out wide, looking for Durstovitz. Ball's going to be nowhere near her, and the Polar Bears will take over for this throw-in.
One of the first couple times in this game where the pass is just not even close. Carnegie Mellon has had a lot of success playing the ball to feet of their teammates so far in this one.
Knoll out to Durstovitz. Williams now to Knoll. Nice little triangle passing there from the Tartans as it swung back to Legg, who goes out wide to Louis. Here's Meyer on the ball. Meyer goes inside. Spencer has it now. Spencer's got space. Step overs. Dispossessed. And then gets a little bit too physical there, trying to get the ball back from Ward. And that'll be the other way. Polar Bears ball coming out of the back here.
And that one was an easy call. She just grabbed around the back of the defender, Ward, there. The referee standing right behind her had a perfect view of it. She wasn't going to get away with that one.
Lifted in the middle. Here's Spencer. Spencer has to spin around Camerata now, trying to get around Moses. Spencer will collect and play back to Louis. Louis looks up, goes for the cross, looking for Durstovitz. It goes over her head, and Beckham is there behind. She'll let that one go out of bounds. Another throw in here on this left-hand side for the Polar Bears. Nienaber gets it early, and Beckham is going to try and poke it up the field. And here's Legg. Legg will do well to switch the play, get it off of that sideline. Louis now has tons of space on the left-hand side of the field. Tries to go up to Spencer, but loses it. And the ball is cleared away by the Polar Bears. Hassan goes back. And now one of the few touches that Andrea Sipos has had in this game the goalkeeper for Carnegie Mellon. She plays it up. Spencer trying to turn her player, allows Camerata to get to it. And right now Carnegie Mellon stringing together several passes, and it's almost like the Polar Bears just content to try and sit back and let things like that happen.
Yeah, I'm interested at the strategy here. Ohio Northern, we know, is a great defensive team. They've got just a .6 goals per game average for their opponents throughout this year. Of course, they've got Megan Grierson in goal. I think they're really confident in their defense, and that's why, although we've seen Carnegie Mellon hold the ball for so long, there have been no dangerous chances, because anytime that Ohio Northern needs to step up, the Polar Bears answer the call, and they clear it away or they prevent any dangerous chance or whatever they need to do.
Good strength in the middle from Moses. Keeps possession here for the Polar Bears. Ball sent up in a weird spin there. Nienaber was able to collect it, send it forward to Ward, but the much taller Williams is there to shield it. Hassan's going to clear it up the field. And an interesting offsides call right here, as Adams must have tracked all the way back from her opposing half into her own half. So a good call from the referee there, as the Polar Bears will get a free kick just inside their own territory.
And yeah, we're 15 minutes into this one, or about 16 now, with 29 minutes to go in the half. And not so much has happened, but you can tell that you're playing with two very, very good, very accomplished teams here. They've got a lot of composure on the ball. We see no sign of looking frazzled at all. Ball played to the top of the box.
Leshnak's effort goes in, and that was a nice chance. It looked like Fuller was nearly able to get something on that, but Sipos collected it one of the first moments. Sipos has had to come out and get the ball, and a good job there by the senior goalkeeper for the Tartans. Launches it forward and finds Adams. Now Williams goes out wide to Durstovitz. Durstovitz chased down by two players, finds the gap. Nice tackle from Beckham. Good play from Ward to keep the ball. Polar Bears have it, and Beckham looking upfield. Moses now, Nienaber. Nienaber dispossessed. Durstovitz nearly tries to keep it in bounds, but can't quite prevent that spin from taking over.
And Don, we've talked a couple times already tonight about Megan Grierson, but haven't mentioned Andrea Sipos' name a lot. She's also had a really, really capable year in the net. Only 10 goals allowed throughout, 36 saves, 4 shutouts. So certainly good goalkeepers on both sides. A keeper here that Carnegie Mellon trusts in this big game.
And shouts of keep from the Carnegie Mellon bench as they're just trying to get possession back and hold it against the Polar Bears. Holding midfielder for the Polar Bears, going to launch that one forward, and it's lost. Louis will play it back to Sipos, who goes early now to Hassan. Spencer's ball nearly too heavy, but good skill there. Now Camerata's on it. Goes out wide to Spencer. Spencer's got space. Looks up long. Adams chasing it down, but it's going to be Zito there first. And a good chop there from Zito. She's got space now. Didn't have to play it out of bounds. Confronted. Still on the ball is Zito. Tries to get it up. Dispossessed. Ward trying to do something with it. The ball is finally cleared up to Fuller. Fuller still attacking. And a misplayed ball by Legg. And now Fuller is finally taken down. Ball is played up to Spencer. And Knoll is going to play it out wide to Durstovitz. Weighing her options, goes up long. And the ball is headed down by Zito. But once again, the Polar Bears giving it right back to Carnegie Mellon.
Now Sipos going to hold it. And I think the issue there, we saw Fuller almost have a chance as she kept fighting for that ball. The thing is, she's the only one up there. That play took a long time to develop, but none of her teammates got up there to help her. It was her 1-on-3 against the back line of Carnegie Mellon, and she ultimately just couldn't make anything happen.
Hassan's header is met eagerly by Moses, who swings it out wide. And sprinting down to get that ball is Breer. Breer now attacking Louis. Goes for the high cross in. She's going to get it past her. And that clearance will go out of bounds. Now the Polar Bears with a thrown in a dangerous position. Goes into Moses early. Rear now. Dispossessed by Spencer. And Leshnak will have to come in and clear that ball down the field for Sipos to grab.
25 minutes left. In this first half, we've got 20 minutes gone in this second game of the NCAA sectional semifinal women's soccer tournament. Still 0-0 here between the Tartans and the Polar Bears. Ohio Northern University versus Carnegie Mellon.
A chance to do something here. Good move there. Sends her defender to the ground from Adams. Adams still has it. Goes out wide to Derstowitz once again. Here's Derstowitz. Inside, getting right past her players. Derstowitz goes in, cut away, and finally cleared away. But only as far as Hassan, who goes out wide to Louis. Louis attacking now, goes out wide. Good move, and that's a clear foul, or at least it seemed from our perspective. And now a very dangerous position here for the Tartans.
Yeah, and we saw them get one right on the first play of the game, just a couple yards outside the box. This one might be even closer to the line, as this one's just going to be probably 2.5 yards. Referee looks like she'll mark it back just a little, 2-3 yards off the box.
And that was Meyer drawing the foul, the left winger here for the Tartans. So Meyer and Derstowitz, the two outside wingers for this Carnegie Mellon team, seeing a lot of action early on in this half. Ball seems to be going through them quite a lot. And now the free kick won by Meyer is going to go in. Not sure who it was won by, but it's still in danger. Good move inside, a shot down and saved by Grierson.
Yep, and so we get to see Megan Grierson in action again. Is this one, you said, Don, not out of danger yet, but Grierson just goes to the ground there, able to confidently save that one. And once again, hold Carnegie Mellon to 0.
Grierson's ball won by Cameretta. And now Louis, who had that shot from that corner, or excuse me, from that free kick, will play it up. Camerata has had a lot of time and space in the middle to get some passes off. Knoll out wide to Williams, and Williams goes back to leg. Ohio Northern sitting back. They don't want to get too stretched out right now. They just want the Tartans to make a mistake like that, and now Ohio Northern with the ball back on their side. Right back's going to send it up with this header. Won by Fuller, but out of bounds, and it goes right back to the Tartans.
Yeah, that's what you don't want to do there. As Don, you made a good point saying that they just want to wait for Carnegie Mellon to make mistakes, and the problem is you can't make one on the other end right off of that. If that's going to be your strategy, waiting here for Carnegie Mellon to do something wrong and then taking your chance. When you do get that chance, you got to make sure that you use it. And right there, Ohio Northern, just a careless turnover.
Louis is playing a little bit more central to get that ball up. Derstowitz has it. She does have a runner if she goes forward. Gets it up to Adams. Adams is going to turn towards goal, trying to get past Zito. Zito puts a leg in and concedes another corner.
Yeah, we've seen Zito a couple times already tonight make some really nice plays, sending it off the end line. That time just couldn't quite. She was too deep, close to the end line there, and it goes off for a corner kick. Third of the day for Carnegie Mellon.
It will be Derstowitz once again to take this. The senior from Old Bridge, New Jersey, sends it up high. It's won by Beckham, still in danger. Who's going to get onto it? And it's going to be Carnegie Mellon, and that's a goal. Not sure who got on the end of that, but it's 1-0 Tartans.
Yeah, we'll see on the replay here. Batted around a couple times. Grierson went to the ground, and we'll see who got the last touch on it there to send it to the back of the net.
That's going to be Leg right there, the center back for Carnegie Mellon, putting him up 1-0.
And this really comes to no surprise to us here as we've watched these first 25 minutes. Carnegie Mellon has put the pressure on, and if the ball's going to be in the final third for that much time, they're going to break through eventually.
Goal scorer number 44, Rachel Legg.
It did so there, and they're able to get the first of the day.
So Rachel Legg, the goal scorer here, the freshman defender from Kansas City, Missouri. So in her freshman campaign, getting a very crucial goal here in the sectional round for her team. She's back there in the defensive line. She's on the ball now, looking very confident. And this Carnegie Mellon side looking very confident as well, going up 1-0. You mentioned, Abram, this goal going pretty much according to the game script. Tartans have dominated possession pretty much in this game, but it'll be interesting to see how the Polar Bears do respond. Beckham looks forward. Cheeky little flick there, but it doesn't work out for Moses. And now it's inside. Here's Meyer. Meyer stops on a dime, goes out wide to Louis. Back to Meyer. Louis with the overlap. Still Louis. She continues her run. Nice skill by Louis. Still on the ball here for the Tartans as she runs into a little bit more trouble. Goes out of bounds. Some confusion about that throw-in. Referee will say that it is Tartans' ball. Now Meyer in the corner. Sends a cross and it's blocked by Leishnack, and it's cleared away. Up to Fuller, but Fuller is dispossessed quickly. Still retains possession here, though, with the throw-in.
Yep, and now Ohio Northern down 1 goal. Needs to continue to be stout on defense, but has to look to the offensive end a little bit more now as you see them send one up.
Ward is going to chase this one down, continuing to chase Sipos. But it's going to be the Tartans once again on the ball. Camaretta, good spin. Camaretta still with it. Loses her defender. She's got space in front and a couple runners. Camaretta still on the ball, chops it back, gets it on her right foot. Still Camaretta. And runs into some trouble, is able to poke it out for the cross in, looking for Derstovitz. It's headed away by Beckham. And now Moses on the ball. Looks forward for Fuller. Fuller hit off the ball by Legg, the goal scorer. And now Hassan will send it out wide to Louis. Louis goes vertical. Good step over here from Spencer. Lots of skill from these attacking players here for Carnegie Mellon. Cross has to come in. It's blocked initially, but the second chance effort headed away by Beckham, and Camaretta is going to come to it. But that will be Grierson to collect.
So Carnegie Mellon, after the goal, not sitting back whatsoever, still trying to play this one up. We saw a lot of individual skill there, like you said, Don, coming from Camaretta and others, as they want another one. They want to tack more onto the scoreboard, get a more comfortable lead as they come into halftime here with 18:23 to go.
Williams goes back to Sipos. Now it's Legg. In a pocket of space is Meyer, who's been a little bit more central since that goal was scored. She moves out on the wing to try and get this ball, but it's just a little bit too hard for her as we see the first substitutions in this game for Ohio Northern. It's going to be Emma Barney and Lauren Nasso into the game. They'll take out Ward and Nienaber, so a little bit more energy up top and on the wing for the Polar Bears.
Barney coming in. She's got 4 goals on the year, 5 assists for a total of 13 points. Has been a big contributor for the Polar Bears.
This could be a good chance here for Ohio Northern as the substitute. Nasso is on the ball quickly, tries to get it past Williams. She does. Ball's going to be sent in. That was a good chance. It's going to go just out of bounds.
Yeah, and as you said, immediately coming off of this one to get on the field and put a shot up. That one just barely to the left side of that post there, going into the outside of the netting.
Carnegie Mellon gets it back into play. Louis goes up, and look at the speed there of Spencer chasing it down. Leishnack, good chop, but it's a little bit too heavy. A good read, though. She still has the ball, still carrying it forward. Defensive Player of the Year in her conference, sending it up for Fuller. Fuller will get to it first. Fuller on Hassan now. Step over is coming. She cuts it back. And the low shot in, it's blocked. Lots of Carnegie Mellon players dropping to defend that. Many bodies in front of the ball, as now Adams will get it back to Meyer. Adams, if she can turn, could look for Spencer. She doesn't. She goes back, and now it's Louie into the middle for Camaretta. And Carnegie Mellon once again just possessing. Williams back to leg. Lots of time on the ball for the freshman. She goes out to Hassan, and now it's Louie. That pass picked out by Leshnak. Leshnak is just going to send it forward. And there's no way Fuller was going to get on the end of that. Carnegie Mellon is just going to pick it up again, and they're going to possess again. Intelligent ball played there to Williams.
Yeah, Don, I mean, possession is the name of the game. It's worked for them so far, and it really has a twofold benefit for them. First, they're just able to hold the ball and keep it out of the Ohio Northern scoring third. Secondly, we've seen already how keeping possession and slowly chipping away at that Ohio Northern defense has awarded them 1 goal already. They're hoping for more on the other end. Ohio Northern's got to disrupt this rhythm that Carnegie Mellon has gotten into if they want to get things going on the offensive and defensive ends.
And so Haley McGuire, the freshman from Lone Tree, Colorado, checking in for Ohio Northern. Tartans have not made any substitutions yet in this game as they lead 1-0 after that goal from Rachel Legg occurring off of the corner kick a couple minutes ago. They're on the ball now as Louie will go up to Spencer. Spencer's just going to let that one run too far. And the ball will result in another throw-in. And now here's Ohio Northern trying to possess. They go out wide. Beckham will have to stretch out to get this one. She does. Goes vertical, looking up the field. Nassau's going to have to cut it back and goes to Zito. Zito now, good little nutmeg there. But loses the ball, and that's a beautiful ball played up to Spencer. Can she get it past Leshnak? She can't. Leshnak winning that battle. Leshnak still on the ball. Goes up looking for Fuller. And that clearance will only get as far as Nassau, who goes out wide. And this has got to be an aggressive play. Lots of Carnegie Mellon players have dropped as they only have Adams forward. But look at this. They're going to expand right here. Spencer so fast on the ball. Gets it out to Derstovitz. Derstovitz speed as well, goes inside on Nosa. And now Camaretta will play it out wide to Meyer. Meyer cutting in, intelligent play. Gets the ball back, it's still Meyer on it before she's tackled and the ball is cleared out to Louie. Louie, an interesting fake shot there. And the ball finally finds its way to Nosa. Nosa can't quite get rid of it. Camaretta is pushed off the ball by Moses. Moses has space. Moses will carry it forward. No one really stepping in front of Moses as she plays the ball over to Nosa. Who will get to this first? It'll be Williams do it first. She'll be able to shield it out of bounds for a throw-in.
Yeah, and I think one of the issues that we've seen so far, Don, you keep mentioning how there seems like there's tons of players that fall back into the box, and that's because Carnegie Mellon is routinely dropping 8 back in the box. You're right, there's only 2 up top. And so when they pack the box with 8 players there, it's tough for Ohio Northern to string anything together, no matter how many players they bring up, because at that point, it seems to only clog things up more and more. I think Ohio Northern's got to hit them with a quick counterattack where they're able to get inside the box before they can drop the majority of their defense and really stop any shot opportunities.
And Stephanie Ramsey, who was just on the ball, checking into the game for the first time, the freshman from Lake Forest, Illinois, playing, or excuse me, the sophomore from Lake Forest, Illinois, playing in a familiar climate here as we see another substitution. Alex Poltoric, sophomore from Rockville, Maryland, coming into the game. So now both teams making a couple subs, switching up the teams a little bit, but still Carnegie Mellon seems to have the upper hand.
Yeah, and I think they've actually been the team that's subbed less so far, but they don't seem to have run out of energy. Every time that they send the ball up, they seem to be putting it out in front, and their offensive players are able to chase it down and get there before the defenders of Ohio Northern.
Good defensive play there from Ohio Northern. They win a throw-in. That's not going to go out for a goal kick. It'll be a throw-in. So still in a dangerous position. They get it up. but it's won in the middle by Knoll, who plays it out wide, and Williams, with so much space on this right-hand side, goes out to Derstovitz. Derstovitz looking to attack, goes inside. Beckham trying to get a foot in. Derstovitz plays it up. Spencer out wide. Williams low cross in. Is blocked, but won by Spencer. Now Derstovitz. Great move from Derstovitz. Losing her defenders. Goes in, goes for goal. But once again, Grierson with the safe hands.
Yep, and this is a nice play by Derstovitz to push it out front. And I think she surprised us a little bit with that shot there, but didn't surprise Grierson as she's steady as ever there to handle that one. I think one thing that we haven't talked about enough, and I don't want to understate here, is how despite the 1-goal lead, Ohio Northern's really done a great job recovering against these Carnegie Mellon attacks. And really, the only time that Carnegie Mellon has scored has been off of the ball bouncing around in the box. It hasn't been on any of these attacks that we've seen from the outside. So Ohio Northern holding pretty steady still, even though they're down by 1.
And you mentioned earlier it's going to be important for them to keep defending, but they do have to attack at some point. Carnegie Mellon destroying them in possession. And once again, they're going to give the ball back as Hassan goes up. The ball is going to be blocked by the referee here. Nosa gets to it first. Nosa has it, tries to go up. Legg, the goal scorer, coming to the rescue. Legg can keep carrying if she wants to. No one's coming to stop her. She goes out wide, though, to Spencer. Legg continues her run. Ball's going to be played up to Legg. She wants another goal, but it's finally cleared out of bounds.
And that was just another example of how as soon as Ohio Northern got it around near the box, she was surrounded by 3 other players, and that's what allowed Legg to then carry it up the field. Is when you've got players dropping into the box, it makes everything more difficult. And Ohio Northern, like I said before, is kind of in a bind because to bring more people into that area doesn't really help.
We saw another substitution. Julianne Tippett coming into the game for Carnegie Mellon. She took out Cameretta. So now Cameretta and Adams for these Tartan players. They're not in anymore, getting some rest. They were some of the key players so far in this first half. As now Williams has it, looking to possess. She goes back to Legg, who swings it over to Hassan. Now it's Ramsey on the ball, dispossessed. Leshnak will come to it. Leshnak looking out wide for Nosa. Nosa's been a bit of a spark plug off the bench. Lots of energy. She goes to Beckham. Beckham cannot get around that ball. And it could be a costly turnover here. Carnegie Mellon wasting no time, but no, Spencer's going to uncharacteristically play that one out of bounds. So now Beckham will take over with this throw-in. The ball is with Nosa, and Nosa smartly goes into the middle for Leshnak. Leshnak will play it out wide. Chance to attack here, bursting inside is McGuire. McGuire goes back out. Good move there from Barney. Barney moving inside. Barney still with it. Good cross in. Could have been a nice chance, but does not work. Cries of handball. No call given from the referee as Ohio Northern now looking a bit more dangerous.
And there's only 7.5 minutes left in this half. If they want to tie it up before halftime, they're going to have to make something happen here quickly.
Flying into that tackle is Barney. Barney still on the ball. McGuire loses it, and it's played to Ramsey. Ramsey has tons of time in the middle, goes back to Knoll. Ball sent out wide to Louis. Before it's eventually won back by the Polar Bears here, but once again they're just going to send it up forward. It's going to be cut away in the middle. And Knoll has it now. Knoll will send it out to Legg, and Legg will go to Williams. Williams just with endless space here. She's got a lot of options. She's going to go back to Legg. And once again, Carnegie Mellon possessing.
And we see the entire Ohio Northern defense just not applying a lot of pressure, switching over and just shifting as this one rolls all the way off the end line.
And at one point during that kick, looked like Ohio Northern almost playing with a 6 at the back formation. And of course, the Tartans a very attacking team. They've got a lot of threats forward, but at some point you do have to say we need to put pressure on them to get the ball back and not just to concede another goal. Because as you have said, they've been very good structure-wise. They've been preventing any real chances from open play, the only goal coming from that corner kick. But as Beckham clears it away again, you have to wonder when will Ohio Northern try and play at the feet and try and get a goal. Now Williams, once again on the ball. She has Spencer in some space. Durstovitz, who's been very aggressive in this first half. Still with the ball is Durstovitz. And looking over, the ball is won by McGuire and finally cleared out of bounds. Still a throw in here for the Tartans.
Looking at the stats, Ohio Northern really pretty even between first and second half team. 28 goals in the first half, 27 in the second throughout their season. So not characteristic of them to simply come out firing in the second half. It's been more of a balanced attack throughout the year.
Ball is going to be sent out to the wide spot. Spencer is on it. Great defensive play from Beckham, though, who had to go to ground to tackle that one. And we have a couple more substitutions here coming in. For Ohio Northern, we've got Allison Contenza checking into the game. And then for the Tartans, Camila Bodden, as well as Marissa McAfee, will come into the game for the first time and try and inject some energy into their sides.
Down below 5 minutes, here's the corner kick coming.
Durstovitz once again, it's headed away by the Polar Bears, goes out wide to Durstovitz. Heavy touch, but still has the ball. High cross in, that's a good chance, and it's a header, and it's another goal for Carnegie Mellon. 2-0 Tartans.
It looks like, if we're correct, that one could be Tippett. We'll see it on the replay. Here's Durstovitz, been central to so much throughout this game, and there it is. Number 4, Julian Tippett. Just waiting on the end of that one. And again, similar to the first goal that we saw, this one not coming directly off the corner, but they're able to cross it into the box and make something happen. So despite the time of possession that Carnegie Mellon's had, their scores aren't coming from any of these attacks from the outside. It's simply they're able to get the ball in the box and finish from point-blank range.
So I think that might have been Tippett's first touch in the game. She recently came on as a substitution a couple minutes ago. So if not her first touch, one of her early touches. And once again, Carnegie Mellon scoring, resulting from a corner. And the Polar Bears find themselves with an even deeper deficit now with just under 4 minutes left to go in this first half. And pretty devastating to give up a goal in the final minutes of the half, though, as Zito will try and do something here for the Polar Bears. Goes out wide, and it's once again cleared up and won by leg.
And I wonder if now we're going to see a little bit more of a drastic shift in strategy here for the Polar Bears.
Ball is going to be played vertically. It's won by Louis, but was intended for Contenza. And cleared up. Polar Bears on the ball. And charging forward, Leshnak is dispossessed. And the ball will be sent out wide once again to Williams, who goes out to Durstovitz. Durstovitz is chased down by Nosa and goes inside. First touch of the game there for Bodden. And then the first touch of the game there for McAfee. Beckham's going to go up looking for Nosa. Nosa dispossessed. Durstovitz. Durstovitz, what a move there. She still has it. Losing her defender once again. It's Durstovitz. And that ball finally cleared away. But now the goal scorer on it. Tippett goes out wide. Long range effort. And nearly there as it sails over the bar and over Grierson.
Yeah, and this one, it's a little more ambitious than the shots we've seen, and it does just barely curl over the bar. But I think Grierson had that one covered up, had it even dropped just a little lower. She had plenty of time to sight that one in and get where she needed to be. She'll now have a goal kick here with 2 minutes and 15 seconds to go. And
Hannah Anderson checking in for Carnegie Mellon, taking out Louis, who's been Probably the hardest worker of any of these players playing in that left back slot for Carnegie Mellon. And now in the middle, 3 players are going to take out Derstowitz there as it's sent forward by Nosa. Chasing it down, that's a dangerous play. But eventually Williams will get it and will send it up the field. Tippett. Tippett's still on the ball. Looks to go out wide. And now Tana Anderson, the substitute, getting her first touch on the game. Ramsey's going to be taken out from behind, and that's going to be a foul here coming in.
Yep, and 1:22 to go. So we'll see if she tries to play it into the box. That's how they've been successful in getting their goals. To add a third here before half would be devastating for Ohio Northern. She'll strike it at about 1:05.
Ball sent in high and long. It's won initially by Tippett.
1 minute.
Still bouncing around the box. Zitto finally able to get a leg on it. Tippett back into the box. And going into it, the tackle very well. Now it's with the Polar Bears. Nosa will have it. Beckham sends it up. Ball is won by Tippett. And it's going to go the other way, though. So the Tartans will get a throw in here. 30 seconds left, not much time to do anything, as Beckham will jog over to get this throw in going. Beckham puts it back into play. Nosa now gets it forward, and Tippett will have it. Anderson goes back
10,
to Hassan.
9, 8.
And now you have to
7,
imagine Seapost will just
6,
allow this
5,
clock to
4,
run out in this first
3,
half.
2.
And that
1,
will be it.
0.
So 2-0. Carnegie Mellon jumping out to an
score.
early lead off
Carnegie
of 2
Mellon 2,
well-taken
Ohio
corner
Northern
kicks
0.
here. And so far, you have to say that they do deserve to be in the lead, Abram.
Yeah, they came out with a game plan, and that was control the ball, control possession, and that'll make something good happen. And they've been correct in this one so far. It's been all Carnegie Mellon. We said it before, and we'll say it again, that once you've got possession for that long, not only does it kind of wear away at that defense, but at some point you're just bound to break through, and that's what has happened twice now. And it's just happened to come off 2 corner kicks. That's where Ohio Northern's really been struggling when that ball gets sent into the box. Otherwise, like you said, Don, they've been structurally pretty sound, and I've been impressed with their defense and their ability to step to these individual players on Carnegie Mellon. However, there's not been anything on the offensive side for Ohio Northern. They've not really been able to make much happen. Carnegie Mellon's been packing the box with up to 8 players and just is sending crosses in and then connecting passes once Ohio Northern is in the box. They've made that really, really difficult. So I think as we come out of the half now in just a couple minutes, Ohio Northern really is going to have to ratchet up the intensity on the offensive side if they want to put a dent in this lead and give themselves a chance in the last 45 minutes.
So we'll look to see what these teams respond with after the break. Thank you for tuning in here on the Wheaton Thunder Sports Network, and we'll see you in a little bit.
I just wanted to get good grades and to do well. But it also made me realize that I have a lot of career goals.
You're there to get a full college experience, not only participate in your sport, but participate in things outside of that. And it's all about growing as a person.
My coaches have helped me with figuring out who I really am. Their lives are dedicated for us to succeed.
being a part of the different activities and organizations that I've been a part of, I'm actually able to see myself where I'm like, hey, I actually can make a change. I'm one person that can make a difference.
Division III has helped me to develop teamwork skills, critical thinking skills, time management skills.
It's not just about basketball, or it's not just about school, it's about developing yourself as a person altogether.
College has given me the flexibility to pursue my passions and my interests, and I've recreated my identity for myself aside from just being an athlete.
My greatest personal discovery has been that I am capable of doing things that I didn't know I was capable of doing.
To be able to study what I wanted to and continue to play the sport I love, all of those things came together very nicely in one package in Division III.
Be inspired to lead others to the Christian faith as professional English language teachers serving across the globe.
Be challenged as you dive deep into learning about other cultures while understanding how to create the bridge between English and the native language of your students.
Be equipped as you gain valuable skills and lessons from leading researchers and teachers in the field who have decades of experience and whose work spans 6 continents. Be inspired as you grow in your ministry and collaborate with other leaders like you.
Be challenged, stretch your thinking, and deepen your understanding of your mission.
Be equipped to raise your level of leadership as you raise up faithful followers of Christ.
Welcome back to Joe Bean Stadium here on the campus of Wheaton College for the second half of this sectional game in the 2019 Women's Soccer NCAA Tournament here. Carnegie Mellon leads Ohio Northern 2-0 at halftime with goals from Rachel Legg and Julian Tippett. In this game, I'm Don Crowder alongside Abram Erickson here, bringing you live commentary on the Wheaton Thunder Sports Network as both teams have come out of their huddles here to try and do something differently in this second half if you're Ohio Northern, or stick to the same game plan if you're Carnegie Mellon. And so far, we've seen a lot of dominance here from the Tartans of Carnegie Mellon in this game, but of course, anything can happen, especially if you're a team with the quality of the Polar Bears of Ohio Northern.
Yeah, Don, we talked all first half about how Tartans were really able to control the pace of this game, control possession, and make things tough for Ohio Northern. And the stats show that. Looking at the first half stats, Ohio Northern able to just put up one shot in the entire half over on the Carnegie Mellon side. They got 8 shots up, 5 shots on goal, and got 2 goals out of it. Both of them results of the corner kicks. As we mentioned before, you said it was Rachel Legg and Julianne Tippett who scored, the first one coming in the 23rd minute and then later in the 40th minute. So tough there for Ohio Northern as Carnegie Mellon scores to close out the half and give them the 2-0 lead as they look to come into this second half. We know these teams have matched up once before on the season. Carnegie Mellon actually lost that first game, Ohio Northern winning 1-0 in the second game of the year. So we know Ohio Northern has the capability to give this team a run. We will see what happens here as we kick off for the final 45 minutes of this one.
And Derstovitz on the ball, sends it forward, and it's going to be cleared out by Beckham for a cornerback. Derstovitz, one of those players in that first half with a lot of impact. She assisted the goal to Tippett.
Corner kick.
The second goal that occurred with about 4 minutes left to go in the game, and now she will be on the corner kick here for the Tartans. Sending it in high once again to the middle of the box. It's cleared away by Leshnak. Won well. And bursting forward. Ball sent up looking for Fuller. And it looks like Sipos will have to come out and clear that one out of bounds.
Yeah, Sipos called into action early here in this second half, more so than she had been for most of the first. So Ohio Northern showing they do want to press early, and that's what they're going to have to do to make up this lost ground.
And already the Ohio Northern back line up a lot higher than we saw them in that first half. They give away possession here, though. And it's played back to Hassan. Williams on the ball now. Cleared up and out of danger. Leshnak will get on it. Excuse me, that was Zito on it. Zito will clear it up to Ward. Ward trying to go and find the right back here. That's Rearing. She will go out to Nosa. Nosa nearly loses the ball, but it'll be sent up. Cut away by Legg. Freshman goal scorer here for the Tartans. As now it's played back to Louis. Louis up to Spencer, and Spencer will get it out of danger into the middle to Knoll. Derstovitz goes up. In a pocket of space, Cameretta back to Knoll. A couple triangles formed here for the Tartans as Cameretta still on it. Looks up. Now it's sent out wide. Adams will go to Derstovitz here. Derstovitz attacking Beckham. Derstovitz still with it. She cuts inside, goes low, and that's a good save there from Grierson.
Yeah, Grierson once again called into action over on this side and makes a nice stop there with 42 and a half to go. And already just 2.5 minutes into this half, Don, I do think we are seeing a different Ohio Northern team coming out here. They seem more aggressive, and that's exactly what we had talked about them needing to do out of the halftime. Carnegie Mellon having to deal at least a little bit with the troubles that they made Ohio Northern face in half number 1.
Derstovitz will rescue it, go back to Knoll. Now still on the ball. She's looking up for Adams, but it's cut away. A nice move there from Leshnak. Leshnak will look forward. Intended for Fuller, cut away though. And that's going to bounce over the head of Nassau. And Nassau is able to find Matthews back. Matthews holding midfielder, directing a lot of the possession in that first half for the Polar Bears. And Knoll will get it away to Durstovitz, and that's just going to be a clearance up by Williams. And Knoll now with space. She could have turned there, but she goes back to Durstovitz, and Williams will get possession going here for Carnegie Mellon, who have looked a bit more shaky, a bit more vulnerable in this second half, as Ohio Northern pressing a little bit more. Nice move from Louie there. Still on the ball is Louie. She's going to go in the middle to Knoll. Knoll chased down, but able to pick her head up and tries to go up. Nosa's going to get to it first. And a good play by Nosa gets it off Louie. Ball sent forward by Rearing. And Louie forced to play on that. And the ball is just stuck here on this right-hand side. It'll be another throw-in, this time going the other way for Carnegie Mellon.
And now we're seeing Carnegie Mellon try to settle in a little bit more to what they were doing in the first half. Spencer turns this one up.
Spencer leaning too much into the tackle there. Commits the foul. Ohio Northern will play out of the back. Leshnak will come over to take this for the Polar Bears. She'll play it up. And the ball is instead won by Carnegie Mellon. And a bit of a push in the back. Cameretta goes to the ground. Good call from the referee there. We've seen her pretty vocal about some of these fouls in the air in this game, wanting to make sure that nobody, of course, is using any illegal momentum when the ball is in the air. Very consistent refereeing we've had tonight, as now Louie on the ball. Cut away by Leshnak, cleared it away once again, and it's going to go right back to Sipos. And Carnegie Mellon just with the ball once again. Louie.
For them, possession is going to be the name of the game here in the second half as well, at least until Ohio Northern puts a score on. Obviously, they'd love to extend the lead, but 2-0 is pretty comfortable at this point.
Cleared up. Nice touch by Nienaber, but it can't quite get past Legg, who still has the ball. She goes up to Spencer. Nice skill there from Rearer. Now a chance here for Spencer if she can get to it. Spencer bursts forward, but it's going to be Zito getting over there. And a good tackle there from the defender as Louie gets it for Carnegie Mellon. And the ball is sent up here. Chased down by a Carnegie Mellon player who wins it, calls for that ball being out of bounds. Or no-go for the referee. It'll go out, though, for a throw-in here for Carnegie Mellon.
Once again, a throw-in deep in Ohio Northern territory.
Ohio Northern now has a chance to counter. They have bodies forward. Look at how quickly, though, the Tartans are sprinting back on defense. Already they have 7 people behind the ball, and that's Maddie Liu is going to get there first. And she's going to get the ball back here. Great retreat from the defenders here for Carnegie Mellon, and now they have possession once again as it's Hassan. Goes out wide to Legg.
And you hear from the Carnegie Mellon sideline now, some yelling to his team, just saying, any way to keep it. Any way we can hold on to the ball, we will take it. That's what they want to do here in this second half.
Into the middle, Cameretta now. She has space and looks out wide for a sprinting Meyer. Great positive touch forward. Can she get a ball in? She does. That's a good ball. What a save. And finally cleared out. What a save from Megan Grierson.
Yeah, and this is why Grierson's been named the goalkeeper of the conference 4 years in a row. Look at the kick save there. Coming in, nose to go to the ground, is able to deflect that one away. Incredible save from Megan Grierson.
Lou goes up for Spencer. Spencer's touch pretty heavy. She somehow manages to get another foot on it, preventing that from going out of bounds for a goal kick. She does concede the throw-in. Spencer on the ball again now. Spencer's still with it. Looks in the middle. That's a good pass. And a shot attempt by Adams is going to go a little bit too wide.
Yeah, in this one, once again, Ohio Northern just the product of a ball that bounces in the box. And right now, Carnegie Mellon has the knack of getting to it first. That's what's happened on their first 2 goals, and it happened again there. Adams just a little bit outside of the upper 90 on the left corner.
Moses will play it out wide, and Beckham will collect. Beckham with a lot of momentum going forward, gets it past Durstovitz. Still Beckham. Beckham still has it. She goes out wide. And Williams will put the tackle in. And now it's Fuller against Legg. Fuller's going to get that one out of bounds, so a throw in here for Ohio Northern.
Yeah, and good battle there between Fuller and Legg. Fuller forcing Legg to send it out of play.
Polar Bears on the ball. Beckham's going to send it in. Cut away by Rachel Legg. And finally cleared out. But here a chance to possess as Rear has it on. She's going to throw it up. And that's going to go all the way back to Sipos, who's going to drop it to ground and play it early. And now it's gone out wide for Maddie Liu. And Liu now has time and space. She goes up looking for Spencer, but that's going to curl the wrong way. And Leshnak will let that one go out of bounds.
Ohio Northern, now 10 minutes gone in this half, has looked a little bit more alive here in our second period of play, but they've got to start being a little more aggressive around the net. First, they've got to get the ball up there, but then I think they've got to start taking shots when they can. Of course, you don't want to take bad shots at this point, but you do have to test Sipos in a way that she hasn't been tested at all tonight.
And we see Emma Barney return to the game, as well as Megan Breyer for the Polar Bears. Barney, of course, coming off the bench, had a very good first half. Looked pretty aggressive, so they're putting her back in. And now the ball will trickle back to Meyer. Meyer has it and is sprinting forward. She's got space. She could get a shot off. She does. It's blocked. Spencer spins around. And a good move by Spencer. Still on the ball. And coming over to help her out is Meyer. And it's finally dealt with and cleared away by Breyer.
So it'll come into Carnegie Mellon once more. A throw in deep in opposing territory.
Here's Lou. Sends it low to the back post, but it's cleared away. Knoll has it. Ball is sent around a little bit. Ward finally comes on top of it, tries to play it out, but it's won by Durstovitz. Durstovitz still active, throws it up, and that's going to go out of bounds for a goal kick.
And now there's at least a little bit of a chance to regroup here and try to get something going for Ohio Northern. 33 minutes to go in the game. It's still 2-0, the Tartans lead over the Polar Bears.
Fuller gets to it. She's nearly dispossessed, but it'll just go out of bounds for the throw-in. And a pretty decent crowd here at Joe Bean Stadium, considering these are both teams that have had to travel to get to this location. So you have to give it to the fans coming out to support their teams and their schools. As going to ground there, that was Knoll, who was just tripped up. So Carnegie Mellon will get the chance to play it out of the back here, as Hassan will collect for this free kick. She sends it up the field. It's going to be headed down. Nice defensive play as Ward gets on the end of it. Ward looks up, and from behind, Meyer's going to get there first. Great move from Maddie Liu. Gets into the middle. And a quick spin by Adams. She fires it out wide. Durstovitz has to open up her stride to get to that one, but she does. And now Durstovitz goes in for Camaretta. And out wide, ball swung in into the middle. It's headed away from Grierson, but it's finally cleared out, only as far as Durstovitz, who sends it back in, headed away. And Ward will spin and get to it. Ward still on the ball. Ward looks up and it's blocked by Knoll. And Lou goes up. Maddie Lou into the middle for Cameretta. And here is Adams, who will go back to Derstovitz. Swing out back to Adams. Adams cutting inside. And that ball just a little bit too far as Ward will get back on top of it. And it's sent over by Matthews. Beckham will go up. Ball cleared away by Matthews. That's a decent ball out wide, and on the end of it, nearly getting a chance for Ohio Northern. That was a good pressure by Fuller, but is finally cleared away. Derstovitz will get on the end of it, and she will send it up, only to be headed by Zito. Spencer's going to try and play a ball over the top. She won't get there, and now it'll be Ohio Northern throw in.
And I do like the pressure there that we saw the Polar Bears bring against Seapost there. It shows that they're wanting to attack, and now we've got a run here working inside the box.
It's Breyer. Breyer gets a good chance in. It's to the back post. That's a shot. And she couldn't quite get her body around that, and it goes harmlessly out of bounds.
I think that's Fuller that gets on the other end of it, but you can see here just a really nice job of Breyer working it vertical, and it's over. I don't know if the angle would have even been possible there for Fuller to slot that one in, but these are the type of plays that Ohio Northern needs. Just put a couple of those together if you can and test Seapost a little bit, wear down this Carnegie Mellon defense, because they haven't had a lot of challenges yet in this game.
Now on the ball. Breyer sends it forward. Now Meyer will play it to Camerata. Camerata is in the middle. She's going to turn in, and a smart move goes out to Spencer. But it's dealt with by Moses. Leshnek will try and clear it away, but it's going to hit off her own player. Camerata will play it out wide. Derstovitz has time and space, still attacking. Derstovitz, good move, gets the shot off, and what a goal from Derstovitz!
And this one is different than the last two goals you've seen. This one just an incredible strike by Derstovitz from the outside, and we get a chance to see it here, but she's just going to dribble it up and fire one into the back of the net. This is all individual skill. As you see, a couple of step overs there, takes it from right at the line, a little over 18 yards out, past the outstretched arms of Megan Gerson. An emphatic strike there from Derstovitz to give Carnegie Mellon now the commanding 3-0 lead.
So Derstovitz getting on the goal scorer sheet. She's going to be, or excuse me, no, she's not going to be subbed out here. I thought that was her. That was Adams getting subbed out for Ramsey. But Derstovitz, who's been very active in this game, finally being rewarded with a great shot and a great goal. As Ohio Northern now falls to a 3-0 deficit, and it's looking less and less possible for them to make a comeback, but maybe they can get something here as Beckham is moving forward quickly. She gets it out to Fuller. Fuller attacking, is able to win a corner here.
Yeah, and this is great for Ohio Northern. After a goal, and especially the third one against you, just got to get something going, and a corner kick is a great way to start here. As we've said many times, Seapost hasn't really been tested. If you're able to get a ball inside the box and put something on frame here, it would be the first shot on frame of the day for Ohio Northern.
Pryor's going to send it up. It's going to be Meyer rising to get it, and Ramsey will just clear that one out. Zito is back to collect. She attacks aggressively. Still with it is Zito. She's going to be dispossessed. This could be dangerous. Carnegie Mellon's got 4 players forward. If they can hustle, they do. They get it up to Ramsey and back out to Derstovitz. Derstovitz goes up looking for Spencer. Spencer's going to get there first. A great touch to keep that ball. She's going to get blocked. Good defense there from the Polar Bears to send it out. And then that'll be a throw in here for the Tartans as we see 2 more substitutions here for Carnegie Mellon.
Julian Tippett, number 5,
and the return of
Alex Polterek.
Julian Tippett, the goal scorer in this game, the second goal, and Alex Polterak as well are checking into the game. So Knoll and Durstovitz will take a seat and get some much-deserved rest. Williams goes in and finds Ramsey, and now Carnegie Mellon moving into that possession. We have a little more of an aggressive Ohio Northern team now as they are pressing up. And that was Tippett, nearly dispossessed. She does get it up to Ramsey, however, and Ramsey goes out quickly. Meyer, who is now playing on this right-hand side, is going to send it in low, and that's going to be nowhere near Grierson.
And so Grierson will send this one away off the goal kick with 26.5 minutes to go here in this game. The Tartans just took the 3-0 lead. Ohio Northern still trying to light that spark on offense.
Meyer rises to get that ball. And Lou will play it back to Legg. And that pass from Legg is going to be nearly picked off by Fuller. Fuller almost able to get forward, but Sipos will play it back into Legg. Legg has less and less options now as she's forced to send it out of bounds, and Ohio Northern with the ball and a lot of momentum suddenly. Beckham goes up. Tries to play a vertical ball, a little bit too narrow for her. It goes out of bounds. Carnegie Mellon in no rush to take this throw in here.
With only 25 minutes left, it just continues to ring true how possession is just the key for Carnegie Mellon here. You keep hearing the coaches on the sideline yelling, keep the ball, and of course to score more and more for Carnegie Mellon would feel great, but at this point with the 3-0 lead, it's about ticking those final 25 minutes off this clock without making any big mistakes that allow Ohio Northern to score.
And Carnegie Mellon will retreat here after that free kick was conceded. Ball's played up, and that nearly could have gotten through to Barney. Instead it goes all the way through to Sipos, and we'll see the reintroduction of Abigail Matthews here.
28, Abigail Matthews.
Coming in for Ward. So just a quick midfielder substitution here for the Polar Bears as Sipos will collect for the goal kick. Launched forward. It's going to be one initially in the middle by Polteric. Tippett, however, will be dispossessed. Appeals for a handball as Barney has it now. Good move from Barney. She gets some space. Shot is blocked. Sends it over. Fuller has it now. Lefty shot also blocked. And that's going to go out of bounds off of the other side of that corner flag. That should be a throw-in.
Well, positives on both sides here from these teams. Ohio Northern, great to see them getting shots off here. 2 good opportunities, but Carnegie Mellon just as good on the other side, able to deflect both shots as they looked like they were going to be open for Ohio Northern to take them, but Carnegie Mellon able to step to at the last second and get deflections that, once again, prevent those balls from getting to Sipos.
So Nienaber back into the game. Emma Barney will take a seat. Nienaber comes in, loses the ball to Carnegie Mellon. Does well to try and win it back, though. It's initially cleared away by Legg, but it'll still be Polar Bears' ball here as Beckham gets the throw in here on this left-hand side. Moses now dancing around her defender. Gets it up, it's cleared away. And now a chance to possess. Leshnak has it. Leshnak goes up, and that's going to be cut out by Maddie Lou. Maddie Lou goes up. Here's Tippett. Tippett goes out wide. Meyer has it. Exploits the space. Meyer can't quite get it back, though. Leshnak does well to cut that off. Now Maddie Lou has it on the left-hand side. Maddie Lou, lots of space in front of her. She's going to go out wide to Meyer. Meyer, good scoop turn, getting out past Leshnak. Low cross sent in, and it's a dangerous ball. Ramsey can't quite get on the end of it. It's cleared out of bounds, and it's a smart play there from Breyer. Breyer still has it, doing well to hold off Hassan, and finally Legg is going to come over and take that ball, and now Legg's still with it. Legg still carrying, goes up, cut away by Leshnak, so center back on center back. there. Good defending, good attacking. Fuller has it. Fuller has to play it off of Hassan. And now the Polar Bears another corner.
Yeah, and that was a moment of daylight there for Ohio Northern as Legg had worked her up all the way past half. Only 3 defenders back for Carnegie Mellon there, and it turns out to be a corner kick taken by Breyer.
We'll see what the Polar Bears can do with this. Down 3-0 and time very precious. Ball sent in by Breyer, near post 1. But the ball is harmlessly sent over the net.
Yeah, look at this. Flying right in ahead of everyone. There, a nice job. But not able to redirect it onto the net.
Bodden and McAfee will check back into the game here for the Tartans, as Sipos will send it up. Looking initially for Poteric, but it's cut away. Now Rear has it and throws it up. Breyer has the cross. She sends it in. That's a nice ball. It's 1. And a good full volley there. Legg is forced to come into action. Can't quite get it past Fuller, though. And Fuller fighting for it until it's finally cleared out to Ramsey. Ramsey being told to keep it by the coaching bench here, and she does. But then that ball from McAfee, too long. For Poteric. Poteric somehow still on the ball and does well to defend against Beckham. Nothing seen from the referee there as Ohio Northern comes on the end of it. Zito bursting forward. Gets it up. Great win there from Nienaber. Nienaber's still with it before it's finally cleared out by Hassan.
Yeah, and Ohio Northern's not happy right now because there was a lot of contact on that possession. You can hear from the bench shouts coming down, but they want to move quickly to throw this one in.
And we'll see number 17 here, Abby
for Carnegie Mellon, number 17, Abby
Kuznick. For the Tartans.
Also number 18, Hannah
Anderson will also check back into the game here for Carnegie Mellon. So a couple more substitutions than we saw in the first half. And of course, you can probably attribute that to the goal cushion they have now, 3-0. Here as Carnegie Mellon just dominating this sectional game here at Joe Bean Stadium here at Wheaton College. As Sipos will put it back into play. Long kick sent up. Won by Beckham, flicked back to Zito. And now Beckham again. Looks up for Nienaber. And now it's Tippett on the ball. Here's Maddie Liu. Liu gets it back. Ball intercepted. That was a good read by Rearing. And now Maddie Liu with the throw. She's got options. She throws it up. Looking, and it's 1 there by Bodden. But Ohio Northern will get the ball back. Matthews is going to send it up. It's cut away. And finally finds its way into the path of Maddie Liu once again. Liu goes out wide. She does have a player. She does have Meyer. Meyer into the middle. Here's Kuznick. Kuznick does well to hold on to the ball. Ball sent up. Anderson goes in. Anderson gets the ball back. Here's Hannah Anderson on the ball. Tries to send a cross in. That's low, and it'll be out of bounds for Grierson to collect.
And time continues to tick. Now it's 18.5 left in the game. Grierson will kick away here for the goal kick, and it'll be a short one.
And it's won by Ohio Northern, but kicked up to Tippett, and Tippett will start this possession trend here for the Tartans, as now Legg, weighing her options, goes out wide to Anderson. Smart pass from Anderson. Now it's some positive play here as Ramsey can get a cross in here. She's got runners. Ball blocked initially. Good move, gets past Leshnick and sends it in. That's a good chance, just missed there as Bodden was near there on the far post, but tracking in as Maddie Liu has it dispossessed and finally cleared up by Rearson. And it hits the chest there of Knoll and goes out of bounds.
This is great skill on the other side and a good cross that's sent in. just not able to get on the other end of that and finish it up. But once again, Carnegie Mellon making dangerous moves near the goal.
For Ohio Northern, number 3, Sienna Ward, and number 10, Emma Barney.
Ward and Barney will come back into the game for the Polar Bears and will most likely be playing up top here, as that's where they've kind of been focused in this game. Ball sent up, 1. And Carnegie Mellon just looking like the better team right now, doing a great job possessing, as we see a goalkeeper substitution here for Carnegie Mellon, as Sipos will take a seat after conceding 0 goals in this game. Carolyn Botts, the junior goalkeeper from St. Louis, Missouri, will take over here in the goalkeeper spot. So Carnegie Mellon feeling pretty confident that they're going to come out of this game with a win, up 3-0. You have to imagine that that's pretty justified.
And this isn't extremely uncharacteristic for the Tartans, as they've done this in the past where they've played bots following playing SIPO, as in the last first round game against Cairn, another game where they had the lead. It was 3-0 at halftime, and they had switched goalkeepers. They would go on to win 7-0 in that one. So bots proving to be very capable in goal as well.
Nienaber will try an attempt, as Botts will come out aggressively and get to that ball first. So already proving her worth there. And good skill from Meyer. She's still sprinting forward. Lots of speed coming forward here for the Tartans. They still have many players forward despite the lead, as Ramsey can't hold on to that one. And Tippett gets on the end of it. And it's thrown forward by Lou. Here's Lou now. And dispossessed in the middle is Moses. Moses, good strength to hold on to it. She goes out to Nienaber, and Nienaber just doesn't quite have the energy to get out to that one. She's played most of this game here for the Polar Bears out on this wing.
Number 19, Maddie Check, comes in for Carnegie Mellon, so they continue to filter in their substitutes here in the waning minutes of this one.
And already getting involved there was Check, as she just played a little bit too heavy. And just under 15 left to go. Still 3-0 here for the Tartans. Barney unable to keep possession. She gives it away. Long range effort now from Polteric. That's going to be nowhere near the goal. And Grierson will collect for a goal kick.
Yep, and you can't fault Polteric for taking that chance with the 3-0 lead with plenty of space around her, as she tried to fire that one off. It was just wide right. Didn't really have a chance from the beginning. Grierson didn't have to worry about that one at all.
Zito will come over to collect that ball, and under pressure immediately are the Polar Bears once again, as Tippett gets in the middle of that. Check. We'll let the ball bounce over her, and dispossessed is Hassan. Ward has a good chance here for Ohio Northern. A nice little chip ball to Barney. Barney's still on it, but it's finally cleared away. Cries of handball here from the fans. Nothing given as Ramsey now. Ramsey, who's been quite an impact here off the bench, gets it back. Ramsey now on the outside. Can she get there before Zito? She does. She's able to play it off of Zito and get the throw in.
Yeah, that's just great hustle by Ramsey. As you said, she's been making an impact all night long and is able to keep possession for her team with 13 minutes.
Carnegie Mellon on the ball once again, as Beckham wisely lets that one go out. It was a bit too heavy of a touch there. And Grierson, another goal kick.
Grierson has had her hands full today. 3 goals scored against her in this one, although she has had her number of saves as well, up to 3 at this point.
Leg moving forward. Ball is headed down by Zito. And Leshnak will clear it up. That's a great ball forward to Barney. Barney, great touch. Can she get there? She will get there. Here's Emma Barney. Emma Barney plays it off of Hassan. And Ohio Northern, another corner kick here in the second half.
Yep, Polar Bears will take this one with about 12 minutes to go. Would love to put something in the back of the net here.
Ball sent in by Nienaber. It's going to be bobbled around a little bit. Nice attempt at a tackle, but she does force the clearance out, and now rearing. We'll throw it up. It's headed by Czech. Czech called into action again. Nice step over. Sends Barney the wrong way. And a nice little back heel by Ramsey before it's finally cleared up the field by Bodden all the way back to Zito. And now Beckham is on it. Beckham with lots of speed going forward, but she's pushed off the ball. And Carnegie Mellon once again in control. In the middle, now Ward has it. Ward looks up, and that ball is just going to be a little bit too heavy for Nienaber, as Bots will come over and get that for the goal kick.
Don, you used the word control there, and that's just really been the key to this game, as Carnegie Mellon has been both in control and extremely controlled in their passes, shots, defense, everything tonight, as they've been just really clinical with the way that they've moved the ball between their players and have kept possession, ultimately resulting in 3 goals that have put them on top here with the opportunity for Ohio Northern to make any sort of comeback. That window is just shrinking and shrinking here as time expires.
Ramsey not able to get to that ball in time. As now Rearing collects. Rearing throws it up looking for Nienaber, but it's won instead by Carnegie Mellon. And now Barney on it. Good skill from Barney, gets past a couple players, and she swings it out wide, and she does complete the switch here. This should open things up here as Beckham is dispossessed. Does well to track back on defense. Great job there from Beckham to get back into the play. She does win it off of McAfee. And now once again Ohio Northern on the ball. They're going to send it out wide. Leshnak striding forward, cuts inside, and tries to play a vertical ball. Bots is going to call off for defenders and easily get that one.
And that's been one of the issues today for Ohio Northern, is when they've gotten the ball into the final third, they haven't been able to connect on those passes. No ability to link up at all, and it seems like miscommunications like that where the ball is just played too far out ahead have been the norm in this game for the Polar Bears.
Good spin from Ramsey. Ramsey still has it, getting past Rearing. She goes low, and it's cleared back out of bounds. So now Czech will come over to take this throw in here for Carnegie Mellon. Here's Czech. Czech goes back. Hassan is now on top of the ball. She goes back to Czech. Some nice possession here. Nice triangles being formed here by this Carnegie Mellon side, and Ramsey's just going to play that one off of Rearing. Now the first Carnegie Mellon corner we've had in a while.
In their first 2 goals came off of, or at least very close to, corner kick opportunities. The third one was just a strike from the outside, but as they come back to the corner kick now for the first time since they've scored that 3rd goal, they'll look to bring back some of that magic from the first half.
It'll be swung in. Lots of curve on that ball to the near post. It's won, however, by Moses. Ward is trying to pick that ball off, but it's played well by Czech. Czech goes back vertically before it's finally cleared out. Hassan has it now with space. She's going to launch it back into play, but it's dealt with well by Ohio Northern. Now Ohio Northern can send players forward, and that was a nice attempt at a ball, but it's cut away by Anderson, and Anderson goes up to McAfee, who can't quite control that one. Now it's Beckham. Beckham will just play it out of bounds, but she will play it off of the legs of the Carnegie Mellon players, so Ohio Northern still with possession. Just under 8 minutes left to go in this sectional game, and Carnegie Mellon still up 3-0. Here's Barney, goes back to Zito. And Zito will clear that one, but unfortunately for her, out of bounds.
And once again, Ohio Northern just giving the ball right back over to Carnegie Mellon. And that's exactly what Carnegie Mellon wants. They want to finish off these last 7 minutes strong and get into the locker room, get warm, and head on to the next round where they'll play tomorrow.
Still on the outside, it is Barney with it. Smart little play inside from Barney. As she lifts it up, it's Ward in a good position. Ward gets it back out. Nosa throws it over to the side and trying to save it. She does save it. That was Leshnak coming over, but she does concede possession. And Ramsey will somehow be allowed to just let that one roll all the way out of bounds. It'll be a goal kick here as we see the reintroduction of some Tartan starters into this game, Adams and Spencer. So two of the stars, I would say, for this team back into this game for the last 6 or so minutes, as McAfee and Ramsey, who have both played pretty well in this game as well, go back to the bench. Ball is won immediately by Spencer. Now Spencer has Adams on the run if she can get it to her. She's going to keep it though. Nice move, losing rearing. And look at the speed from Spencer. Crosses it in, but it's Grierson with the capable hands once again.
And Grierson able to cut off the cross this time. She's not been able to do that on some of the more unfortunate times for her when she's been scored on. That time making the anticipation and just instinctively diving out to grab that one, not wasting a second. Not wanting to let that one get past her. Good play by Grierson.
Tippett from the wing is able to get it to a player for Carnegie Mellon, but it's finally cleared away. And now Anderson called into action once again. She goes back to Legg, and Legg will send it up to Tippett. Ball sent up. And continuing with this run, it's up to Adams, and Zito will check over, and Zito does well to defend there. The ball will go out of bounds for a goal kick. We got some more Tartans substitution.
Number 9, Jocelyn Mayer, and number 29, Tara Derstowitz.
Mayer and Derstowitz are back into the game for the Tartans. And Derstowitz obviously scoring that goal you mentioned earlier, just a cracking shot from just inside the box at a pretty tough angle. So she checks back into the game. So Carnegie Mellon just playing some of their starters in here, making sure that they close this game out, probably wanting to preserve that shutout. They haven't conceded in the NCAA tournament so far, as the ball is swung out wide to Leshnak. Leshnak now playing a little bit more of an advanced position as the Polar Bears have switched to a 3 at the back with Zito in that center back role. Spencer trying to get past Rearing. She cannot though, and Rearing's going to clear it up the field. And that's going to be Hassan unable to control that, and it goes out of bounds.
Ohio Northern looking to play fast with 4 minutes left.
Ball sent high and long, but it's won by Carnegie Mellon. Zito called into action here to deal with this threat. She's going to send it up, and Legg clears it away. Adams now able to find Kuznick. Adams still has it. She's got Anderson on the overlapping run. Anderson moving forward with a lot of speed on Beckham. Chops inside. And Spencer's going to get that shot, and that was an interesting little ball, but Grierson once again to the rescue.
Yeah, tons of spin on that one as she came over and tried to volley that one up, but it just fell easily into the arms of Megan Grierson there. 3 minutes now on the clock as Ohio Northern races forwards.
Ohio Northern has it now. Smart play, still on the ball. Shot is going to go down by Botts to the ground. Nice save.
Yeah, and Ohio Northern here, I like this, getting a shot off into the middle there, and it's just a one-hopper that doesn't test Botts much. But Botts is troubled for the first time, has to go down for the first time since she entered the game 15 or 20 minutes ago.
Beckham puts it back into play, and Barney checks back to get it. Zito's going to stumble on that ball, and it's going to be pounced on by Spencer. Spencer gets there first. And a good move there from Spencer, gets away from Zito. But Beckham comes in with the sweeping leg and gets that ball out. As we see 4 returning Tartans here, returning starters for Carnegie Mellon. Maddie Liu, Emery Knoll,
23,
Camille Williams, and of course Taylor Camarada, all checking back into this game for the Tartans, just to close it out with just under 2.5 left to go. Does seem like Carnegie Mellon will come out of this with a win, being up 3-0 here, as that goes out of bounds for another throw in here for the Tartans.
Yeah, and what worked in the first half for the Tartans worked in the second half for them, as Gerson hangs onto that one. But it was just the ability to hold possession and also play pretty strong defense. And we talked so much about the offense of Carnegie Mellon in the first half, just being able to control the ball, move it forward, scoring those 2 goals in half number 1. Here in half number 2, they were able to add 1 more goal, but really it was just the ability of their back line, their strategy of really packing that box with 7 to 8 players worked for them and prevented any opportunity for Ohio Northern to get shot opportunities.
Free kick 1 here for Carnegie Mellon. It's sent back in by Hassan. And Meyer was there, but it was sent out of bounds. And the Tartans still on the ball as they have most of their starters back into the game just to close this one out. Maddie Liu. Nice move from Maddie Liu. Can't quite get it past Nosa. And then Nienaber is tackled on the wing, but it will be Ohio Northern ball as we enter the final minute
1 minute remaining second
of this game. Hassan goes to Liu. Liu gets it through the legs of Nienaber. And Adams, what a great move there from Adams. She gets a shot off. It's going to go low and off of the hands of Grierson for a corner.
Yeah, and so I think that one was going to get outside the post, but Grierson just wanted to be safe there, not wanting to give up that 4th goal. Gets her hands on it, saves it, although it does go off. It'll be a corner kick here with 30 seconds to go.
Short corner, it's taken quickly as Liu and Derstovitz both went over. Derstovitz is just going to dribble it out of bounds, though, and now we'll have a goal kick here for Grierson as this game winds down. Grierson to take this. She will send it up, 10, and it's going to be controlled 9, initially
8,
by Carnegie
7,
Mellon. Leg has
6,
it and sends it out wide,
5,
and that
4,
will
3,
do it here
2,
at Joe Bean Stadium
0.
for this sectional game. So Carnegie Mellon wins 3-0 in a dominant performance here on the campus of Wheaton College over the Ohio Northern Polar Bears to advance to the next round of the NCAA tournament.
Carnegie Mellon gets the commanding win here. They will face off against the University of St. Thomas Tommies. That game will be tomorrow at 5 o'clock. It'll be here on the Wheaton Thunder Sports Network, of course, here at Joe Bean Stadium tomorrow at 5. And that game will be the sectional final here of the 2019 NCAA Women's Soccer Championship. But, Don, we had really seen throughout the first just couple minutes of this game, Carnegie Mellon's game plan was to come out and control the ball, allow that to work their offense forward, and they put a couple goals in the back of the net. Their defense held strong, and it was enough today to get them the win in this commanding performance.
Yeah, a very, very great game to watch, and obviously it would have been a fun game to play.
Number 0, Megan Grierson. Number 1, Christy Katrine. Number 2, Haley Moses. Number 3, Sienna Ward. Number 7, Carolyn Geller. Number 8, Maggie Omer. Number 9, Allison Contenza. Number 10, Emma Barney. Number 11, Jersey Zito. Number 12, Courtney Favazzo. Number 13, Ann McCarn. Number 14, Haley McGuire. Number 16, Lauren Nasso. Number 17, Carissa Beckham. Number 18, Ann Major. Number 19, Jane Rearing. Number 22, Rose Nienaber. Number 23, Sierra Kuhn. Number 24, Megan Breyer. Number 27, Sydney Leshnak. Number 28, Abigail Matthews. Number 30, Maddie Vitt. Number 33, Jenna Fuller. Number 36, Sam Lyon. Assistant coach, Caleb Polino. And head coach, Mark Batman. We'd also like to recognize number 20, Hannah Martin. Congratulations again to the Polar Bears on a fine season.